Hello, this is X-Star-Killer-X and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Top 10. Today we are going to be looking at my personal top 10 favourite anime characters. Now just so you're aware, these are going to be from the first and second series. So Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, as I didn't really watch any of the others, so enjoy. Number 10. Bandit Keith. Now this bloke is a badass from in and out. But basically the whole way through the first series he just spends near enough all his time stealing stuff and ripping people off. He's just a badass. And he uses these three creepy guys, I can't remember the names, Bones, one of them was caught, in order to try and get Joey off the island, which he absolutely fails at. And in Battle City, obviously, he does get possessed, and then you don't really see him after that. So, yeah, this guy is just a badass through and through, and he's a pretty cool guy. And his machine deck, if you look online, it's pretty decent, his deck. So, yeah, badass dude. With a good deck. Number 9. My Valentine. Now this character just took no shite from anybody. If you were to, diss or anything, she would diss you straight back. A Harpy deck was probably one of the best ones that you would see in the series. Obviously not better than Yugi's because he could be anybody. But yeah, it's just a great character, didn't take shite from nobody. Yeah, just a great personality as well. Number 8. Weevil Underwood. Now this little guy has to be one of the most evil people in the whole thing. I know he's not one of the main characters, but he is kind of a badass. Not as much as Bandit Keith, but he's along those lines. I mean, what kind of dick throws a full set of Exodia into the sea? Seriously, this bloke needs help. I mean, his bug deck is probably one of the most annoying decks. And it's pretty decent, but it can be easily defeated. And yeah, it's just, he gets kind of shanked a lot in the series, so he's not that much of a duelist, to be fair. Number 7. Bakura. Now this guy has to have one of my favourite decks of anybody in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series with the Destiny Ball combo. It is a really, really good deck, and I personally one of my favourites of anybody in this series. And also he does have that Millennium Ring, which is a pretty cool thing. I mean, well, I suppose it's okay because, something takes over your soul every now and again. But apart from that, it is a pretty cool thing. I prefer the evil Bakura to the normal one because the normal one isn't as cool. I mean, this guy, the evil one, beats the shite out of everybody. And he's got a pretty decent deck, so yeah, I really like this character. Number 6. Marek Ishtar. Now, this person is one of the main antagonists in the Battle City series of Yu-Gi-Oh! He is a pretty cool character. He does have control of the Millennium Rod, which allows him to take control of people's minds, hence what he did to Bandit Keith. That, along with his deck, which does have the Winged Dragon of Ra in it, just makes him a pretty badass character, pretty cool, and he does not give shite about anything, to be fair. Number 5. Jerry Wheeler. Now he has to be one of my favourite characters from the anime. It is just ridiculous. Some of the stuff that comes out, I mean, some of the faces that he used to pull. I mean, yeah, so you can see by the pictures, they're very funny. And so his Red Eyes deck was probably pretty cool. The Red Eyes Black Dragon, I personally really like that card. One of my decks which I use online as well. Yeah, that's a great character. He's not one of the strongest personalities, but yeah, I really like him. Number 4. Maximilian Pegasus. Now this is the bloke that invented the game, so how the hell can you not like this bloke? He is the main antagonist in the first series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Being the leader of Duelist Kingdom. Now the main reason I like him is because of his Toon deck, because I think he is really cool. I really like the Toon decks with the Toon World, and now you obviously have Toon Kingdom. Obviously that wasn't in this series. Yeah, he's just a really big kind of a badass again, and with his Millennium Eye, he's a cheater, which makes him even more of a badass. Number 3. Cyrus Truesdale. Now this is probably one of the surprising entries on the list, and let me explain why I personally like him. Now, in the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, he was kind of like the underdog, where they thought he was a bit shit, and then he came out and he shanked one of the best people in the academy, but yeah, I just really like him. He's like his Void deck. I personally like the Voids. I think they're really cool. So, yeah, I just think he's a great character in the anime. Number 2. Of course, he had to be on the list. It is Yu-Gi-Moto, the main character of the series, and hence why it's called Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what set he's got the Millennium Puzzle, which allows him to use Yami Yugi, which is the person that he duels as, except when he gets it stolen, when he has to duel as himself. I think it's sort of represents like a split personality sort of thing, where you've got the weaker version, which is Yugi, and then you have the stronger version, which is Yami Yugi. So it sort of represents where you might be weak on the outside, but you could be strong and haughty on the inside. I mean, yeah, his deck's probably obviously one of the best in the series because he can beat everybody. Probably because it's his, it's based around him. But It's just a really good character. And number 1, and of course everybody's favourite baddie, Seto Kaiba. Now he has to be the baddest person in the whole of Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, he doesn't give two shites. He owns the Kaiba Corp, also which invented the dueling system. But he's just such a badass. He really doesn't give a shite about anything. He just talks crap to everybody. Never enough wrecks everybody that he duels, except for Yugi, who beat him using Exodia. He's just, I don't know what to say. He's just really, I just really like the character itself, the personality, the way he jumps out of helicopters to join duels, which is quite interesting. And the way he just sets up tournaments and goes, right, I'm in the tournament as well, and everybody else has to gain entry. So yeah, really like Kaiba, has to be my favourite character from the anime. So that is it for this countdown. Don't forget to punch the like button, leave a comment down below, or subscribe if you're new to the channel. Also, remember to follow me on Twitter, link down below as always. So last thing to say, thank you so much for watching. I have been X-Star Killer X, and I will see you in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! video.